Good morning. So, in Principles of Management today, we are going to learn about motivation. So, motivation is very important aspect of any organization's success or functions. Why? Because until unless employees or the people who are working in the organization are not motivated, they will not be striving or thriving for achieving the goal that has been set by the institution, right? So it is very important that a person needs to be motivated. And in today's lecture, we are going to learn about that. It's predominantly to learn one of the approaches of motivation. There are basically in principle of management. There are few approaches of motivation, out of which we are going to today learn about Maslow's theory of hierarchy of need for motivation, right? So what who was Maslow, and then how did why did he explain motivation in based on the needs of the person, individual? That's we are going to learn. All right. The overall outcome of the lesson is that you will be able to describe the basic process of motivation, explain the need of process, approach to various approaches to motivation, discuss and contribute to different models of motivations, and describe behavior motivation can be used in to increase or reduce the organization's success, right? So let's go about a little bit, talk about the briefs. All right. So according to Williams, he explained in 2000 that motivation consists of power that are able to move, direct, or enable a person to be diligent in their effort to achieve a goal. So what he says, the motivation is basically consisting of the power that has the ability to move, direct, or enable a person to be more diligent in their effort or in their on a process of attaining a particular goal. Like for example, employees might be motivated to work hard in order to produce as many outputs as possible, while other employees are only motivated to perform just enough for the work requirement. Okay. So you see what is the difference. It is the difference that the employees might be motivated. There will be few sets of people who will be motivated to produce as many outcomes as it is possible, right? Whereas on the other hand, there will be some people who will be motivated to perform the task enough to be called it as a work requirement, just for the requirement fulfillment. You are working for it, not beyond the requirement capacity or the benchmark. But there are people who are going to go beyond benchmark that has been set, right? And then trying to attain beyond that, whereas other people who will be only doing as much at it as the benchmark is set. Like there are few people who will come to office at sharp at 9 and leave the office sharp by 5, so 9 to 5 sharp. So it doesn't matter how much yield they are giving, how much they are working. They say ki we are there in the office for not this many hours, so we have done our part. So if the organizations are measuring that how many hours the person is logged into this organization, that is the benchmark of measuring the work, working of the person, the people will do that much. If you have another benchmark, like how much, it doesn't matter whether you are in the office for 2 hours, 3 hours, or for 9 hours. It doesn't matter how much productive work you have done. If you have done the assignments for the day within an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, you may be free to go. Or maybe there are people like who have not been able to finish the work and they stay back beyond the working hours and complete the work and go back. Okay, so that is like working in a flexible time frame, or a frame to give more than what it is required. Okay, so no, for this you need motivations, you need people having zeal to work for it. Okay, work for the goal. All right, so the manager must understand the factor that forms these differences, what are the factors which are making these differences come into the and play into the minds of the employees. So a manager must need to understand that. That is the difference. Now managers are usually confused in differentiating between motivation and performance. Motivation is not, you cannot have a similar, you cannot put it into one frame, because a person who is motivated will automatically perform well, may not perform well initially, but he is motivated, so he will keep on doing it. The person will keep on repeating it till the person achieves its goal. Right. Then we have performance. There are people who are performing well but are not motivated enough to work. So they will not be innovative, they will not venture, they will not look for it for furthermore, or they may not be even loyal for the organization. So performance may be good, but your loyalty, your innovation, your efforts will be different if you're if you compare in these two scales. So in industrial psychology, normal work performance is presented by by a equation, that is work performance is motivation into ability into situational constraints. That means how much you are motivated, what are your abilities, and what is the constrainment of the situation will give you a ultimate product, that how much the work performance is, whether it's good or not. So it might change with groups, it might change with the individuals area, or time, right? So you cannot put it into a tight framework, that it this is if you this do this, that is your performance. No, it has to be taking in various factors like motivation. For measuring work performance is like for motivation, ability, and situational constraint. Now, since performance is a function of motivation, ability and situational constraint or work performance will decline if any one of the component is weak. So, if any one of these components that we have discussed is falling weak, the automatically the other numbers will also decrease. Like if there are a lot of situational constraint which is coming or acting as a hindrance in front of an individual to perform his tasks, the performance will reduce, right? If the person is less motivated, the performance will reduce. If the person has less ability or is not suitable for the work, the performance will reduce for that work, right? So any factor which declines, you know will automatically have show that there is another component which is falling weak. So needs are physical and psychological requirements that have to be fulfilled in order to ensure the existence and well-being, right? So there are needs that are physical as well as psychological requirements that has to be fulfilled in order to ensure the existence and well-being of a person, or the group, or for the organization. So when needs are not fulfilled, a person will experience internal tensions, but as soon as a need is fulfilled, a person will gain satisfaction and feel motivated. Okay, so soon the needed fulfilled, needs will fulfill can no longer be motivated the individual, and when the conditions occur, the individual will shift to another need that has to be fulfilled. So what it says is that when needs are not fulfilled, a person will experience a internal conflict, But as soon as the needs are fulfilled, the person will gain its satisfaction from that need, the deprived need, and will feel motivated to move on to another level that will aspire for another level degree of motivate needs. So the need fulfillment can no longer motivate the individual, and that means the basic need fulfillment can no more motivate the individual. That individual will need will require more conditions or more factors to satisfy its psychological or needs or need for motivating. So that person will shift to another level of requirements. So approaches to motivations are like, according to Lewis and his and co-authors, that is in 2001, motivation, they describe motivation can be studied using several approaches. So model of motivation can be categorized into two types, all right, of models, that is need based models and process based model. Need based models are motivation model that emphasis on specific need of human beings or internal factors that gives power to direct or stop any action. And need based approach explains in motivation as a phenomena that takes place internally. Okay, so it is a need based approach explains motivation as a phenomena that takes place internally. Okay, so that are three important models in this approach: hierarchy of needs model, two factor model, and achievement of need model. All right. So process based models are motivation model that focuses on understanding of thinking or cognitive process that exist in the mind of an individual, and action that affects the behavior of an individual. So what it is, the two factor model and the achievement of need model are process based model. Okay, and our motivation models that focuses on understanding of the thinking or the cognitive process, the process which is dealing with mind, that exists in the mind of an individual, and action that affects the behavior of an individual. So whatever action you're taking and whatever mindset you have, that is what process based model of motivation is. Right. So need based approach, that is like Maslow's hierarchy of need. All right, Maslow hierarchy of need model is the most acceptable and famous model for motivation. Okay, it is more assimilated model actually. So according to the hierarchy of need, an individual has five basic needs, that is psychological needs, then safety need for safety, social, esteem, and self actualization. The five need according to the hierarchy, and the divide in upper upper level and the lower level. The psychological need, safety needs, and other lower needs of satisfaction or aspirations. Okay, that can be fulfilled externally, while social needs, esteem needs, and self actualization needs are upper level needs that needs to be fulfilled internally, that means psychologically, okay, mentally. Now trying to explain about the needs, something that is necessary for an organisms to live a healthy life, that is deficiency would cause a clear negative outcome, or deficiency can also cause a death. So that means the basic needs, like we can say physical need, uh, for food, shelter, sleep. That is the basics. The basic needs for sustaining oneself. So if you are completing your basics, uh, and like acceptance, then affection, friendship, they are the basic needs. All right. So objective needs are food, water, shelter, sleep. All right. And being subjective needs are like affection, safetiness. like if you get affectionate affection from your peers, that means you are feeling safe among them. Okay, the feeling of safe, that you have somebody to stand by, accepted by the social society, and hence satisfying your self esteem. Right. So 10 fundamental human needs are that what? First of all, you need protection, then idleness, then you have creations, understanding, then participation, identity, freedom, transcendence, subsidence, and affection. Okay, so there are 10 fundamental human needs that has to be satisfied at the basics. Okay, the meaning of needs is that need, let us substantial needs, that is food, shelter, and work. Protection means social security and health systems. So when you are feeling, if you are living in a very volatile society where anytime riots can break and people can break into your house, then you have a social insecurity which will again hamper your motivation. Then you have health systems. If you do not have a good or proper health system, what will happen is that you will not be motivated to or driven to work for it. Right. So then you have work affection, friend, then you have friendships, families, and relations with the nature, and with your within around yourself is the sense of affection. Then understanding is like how well you are understanding, that is literature, teacher, policies, and educationals. All right, then you have participations. That means person who is ready to take responsibility and duties on its own. Then you have rights, like games, participations, and peace. Then you have uh, other abilities like mind mental abilities, that is ability of skills, techniques, education. Then identity, like what type of religion you belong to, where you belong to, language you speak, customs and values you follow. That is your identity. And the freedom, that is the equal rights among yourself. Okay. Now, Abraham Maslow was a professor of psychology in Columbia University, USA. He was the original thinker and the professor, focusing on the abnormal and ill. Uh, what are the abnormal behavior and the ill behavior in the human context. So Maslow focused on positive qualities of people. So he was there for from April 1908 to June 8, 1917. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs proposed in his paper that a theory of human motivation, that he proposed that it is a human motivation in 1943. So he proposed this paper, a theory of human motivation, where focusing on describing the stages of growth in humans. So, on study of exemplary people such as Albert Einstein, etc., rather than mentally crippled and mentally ill people, he developed a pyramid or a hierarchy model, that how why these people are, you know doing better or succeeding. Right. So morality, creativity, spontaneous problem solving, lack of prejudice, acceptance of facts are at the level of self actualization, that is the apex, the topmost level of attainment, or attainment of needs. Okay, now let's start with the basics. That is, at the bottom we have the first stage is your fulfilling your basics, the actual need, the basic needs, that is eating, breathing, sleeping, then recreation and everything. That is the basic psychological needs that you are requiring. Then you have safety needs, that is the security of your body, your self security, employment security, Then you have security of your families and friends, health and wealth. These are the second thing that you had to attain, and sense of safety and needs. All right. So when you have all these things, like um, your basics have been fulfilled, your social needs, your safety needs have been fulfilled. Now you require is social needs, because we are uh, more of a social beings. We depend on each other, right? So no individual can sustain itself on individually. It needs friends, it needs family, it needs a close connection to have a feeling of belongingness. So social needs actually gives you a sense of belongingness, where you are belonging to, right? Then you have esteem needs, that is the self esteem, that जिसे कहते हैं आत्मसम्मान. You respect yourself, whatever you do. You have a confidence in your work, the achievements that you have attained, and respect of others also attained in that process. So how others are respecting you, how well achieved you are, that is the point of self-esteem. The higher you go in achievement, the higher your self-esteem is satisfied. And then you have the topmost attainment of basics, that is the self actualization. We actually realize that what you all have conquered so far, that is the morality. You have the morality and creativity in you, this then spontaneous action towards solving problem, lack of prejudices, and acceptance of the fact that is existing. Okay, that is being the on the top when you have attained the basics. Okay. Now this is a table describing Maslow's hierarchy of need, that is psychological need, safety need, social need, self-esteem need, esteem needs, and self-esteem needs. Okay, let me describe it a little more. So here in this hierarchy, the psychological need exists at the lowest level of the hierarchy. For example, the need of basic food, water, shelter, sleep. Organization can help individual to fulfill these needs by preparing sufficient income to obtain food, shelter, and comfortable working environment. People will focus on fulfilling these needs, because before fulfilling the needs in the following levels, in the upcoming levels. uh, the need is related to closely to acquiring their state of physical and emotional environment. So for example, of these needs are employment network, health insurance, and recruitment plan used to fulfill the safety needs of the employees. Then we go to social needs after psychological and safety needs being fulfilled. Social needs will become the main source of motivation to people. The need includes desire towards friendship, love, and the feeling of belongingness. So an example of social needs is when an employee establishes friendship in the workplace and feels a part of the organization. So a person will only feel social needs once the person is accepted and assimilated into the organization, and will only feel a part of it if he has his basic social needs and basic needs being fulfilled by the organization. The esteem needs is the need that at this level includes the need of the status, that what status recognition you are getting. The need can be fulfilled through success. Esteem needs are fulfilled when one of the given recognition and respect or by other people. For example, organization can help in fulfilling the needs through promotions and providing in a spacious a special work attention or status to a person, so that that person is rewarded and has a sense of esteem that okay, because I have done so far a good job, that's why I have been given this position, and that satisfy your esteem needs. Then you have come to the next, the topmost need, that is the need, self actualization need. This is at the highest level of the hierarchy. The need means that people value high achievement based on their self potential by using capacity and interest to the maximum level in order to perform work in the environment. As an example, challenging a task can also assist and in satisfy a person towards the achievement of a self actualization of needs. Right now, psychological needs, we have talked about the basics, mostly literal requirement of human survival. If not meant by the human body can functions, the metabolic needs, air, water, rest, clothing, shelter needs will be given to another level, and could classify a basic animal needs at bottom level. Now, needs for safety needs. Safety needs is once physical needs are met, safety needs takes over a personal, including emotional, health and well-being, financial, job security, safety of property against natural disaster, calamities, war, etc. And are and law and order are the basic factors or tools for satisfying your need of safety. Then you have social needs. Here you see is the need to love and be loved, need to feel a sense of belonging and acceptance. Small groups, clubs and office teams, school, colleges, houses are part of your environment, which gives your surrounding a need, safety or social needs satisfactory. Now, large groups, potential parties, sports team, and Facebook in today's time are one of your social needs. Like if you see, there are few people who are addicted to their social media. They keep on posting their pictures. They are frenetically putting their pictures on Instagram and Facebook, tagging I know don't know what not onto the Facebook. What's the requirement? There may be people who will say, okay, what's the requirement? You can capture pictures, you can keep it for your memory, but why is it necessary to exhibit to other people? Why, while on the other hand, there will be people who will be more than happy or trigger happy for just posting anything and all everything on the social media. So it is why they are doing it. It is they are doing it out of the social need. Now, in a today's scenario, like in COVID lockdown scenario, the need, social need has risen up quite a lot. Why? Because we have been constantly asking ourselves to keep socially distant. And being a social being, human beings cannot be distant socially. They need dependency, they need psychological and emotional support from their friends, families and closed ones. So only this can be attained through having a medium to associate with one another. Right. That's why in today's time, the need and dependency of people on social media has grown up. So, so does it. Similarly, it acts with the organizations. They are also now, dependent on social medias like Instagrams and Facebook to work with their businesses or their organizations, right? So we post somebody's product, we boost their product, we put them thumbs up and likes, so that they can also survive and earn through their post, right? So that is not coming from anywhere, but it is coming from basically this need for social acceptance. Then esteem needs is like, what is your power, where you are positioned, what is your designation. That is what esteem needs are, right? So esteem needs to be respected by others, and in return respect them. So you, if you do not know how to respect others, you will not get a respect in return. So to get a respect in return, you need to have a balanced person. Now, the sense of contribution, I feel, a sense of contribution is to feel self value in professional or a hobby. Low respect or others, the need of status and recognition, fame, prestige, and attentions. So higher the self respect, the need of strength and acceptance and misery, self confidence and independence of the freedom, right? So then we have come to the topmost attainment of needs, that is self actualization. Self actualization, what man can be, he must be, is what your self actualization, attaining towards the self actualization. So intrinsic growth of what is already in a person, growth motivation rather than the deficiently motivated, cannot normally be reached until the other lowers the order of need, as they are met. So rarely happens it is that it is less than 1% acceptance of the fact, spontaneous, focused on problem outside the self without any prejudices. So it happens very rare. So self actualization reaches, attainment or reaching the self actualization stage is very rare. In that stage, the acceptance of the fact, and then the spontaneous and and are focused on problem outside oneself needs, and without any biased or prejudiced notions. So now coming up to the complete concluding almost everything. Why do we need all this understanding of psychological needs, safety need, social needs, esteem needs, and self actualization needs? Why there's such a psycho babbling about? Why we need to understand the psycho bibles? Okay, Maslow's theory in practice in management says that the products are formed and placed to satisfy a category of needs in the market, as well as an advertising. So when you are motivated to work for something, like any work, so it is starting from where the products are performed and placed to satisfy a category of needs, like uh, those who wants to assist especially abled people. Okay, so now if you do not, those who wanted to actually assist especially able people, they will you know look for what are the devices and what are the assistant tool and way that they can assist their disabilities, right? So the product will automatically generate out of it, like, okay, this is the need, and out of the need you will be motivated to attain that product. So product are basically formed and placed to satisfy a category of needs that is coming up in the market, as well as and in the world of advertising, right? Then we have, Maslow's in marketing and advertising says that supposingly a wife and or a child abuse helpline or a social security benefit Samaritan roads. Okay. And uh, then you have roadside recovery. Then you have various other marketing strategies of advertising, right? Then you have another home security products that ensures like this life insurance, home security cameras, schools, they are all home security products. Then cosmetics, fast cars, home improvement, furnitures, functions, they are product of um, uh, esteem needs, right? Like psychological needs are like products which is helping you to assist your psychological needs, right? Like child uh, helpline centers, women helpline centers, then ambulance services, medical services. They are what? They are all psychological need satisfaction, satisfying products. Similarly, you have social need satisfying products like home security, insurance, life insurance, school, even your Facebooks and Instagram are product of your social um, you know needs. Then you have you have what do you, esteem needs are like cosmetics, like where you want to feel like somebody is praising you, that you want to look beautiful, or you want to somebody to praise your self. So you will use cosmetics, or even using a fancy car will praise or satisfy your level of uh, status. Fashion, clothes, drinks, they are statement of your achievement or of your status, that is your esteem needs, right? Then we reach the self actualization, where you realize that you already have attainment of these things, and that this is a fact that is existing in that form. So, to conclude this, so according to Maslow, when a particular need has been fulfilled with no longer motivation, the behavior of employees, for example, when an employee has gained confirmation in his workplace, when a new requirement plan may be becoming less important to him compared to the opportunity of having new friends and joining the informal group in organization. It is the same when the lower level needs are not fulfilled. So people, most people will pay attention to those particular needs first, right? So for example, an employee who is trying to fulfill the need of self recognition, you by holding an important position in a particular department, suddenly finds out that a department and a position he is going to hold may be eliminated. Hence the employees may find that the chance of not being terminated in other organizations give more motivation to the person compared to the offer of a promotion in a previous organization, right? So Maslow's model identifies that the individual have different needs which can be motivated by a different matter or activity. So unfortunately, this model can only provide basic guidelines for to the managers, and many following studies conducted found that the hierarchical level differs between individual in different culture and environment. So it has been with innovating study and more study, it had been realized that it changes with individual, it changes with culture, it changes with time and environment around the person. Okay, so to conclude today's lecture, we have covered that what Maslow had explained, that to for a person to be motivated and moving forward, the first step of basic needs has to be satisfied. That is, the psychological needs. Then we come to social needs, then we come to esteem needs, and then we attain this status or level of a self actualization. So satisfying all the starting from the grassroots level to the top hierarchy, you satisfying all the needs will reach you to an attainment, and actually make you thrive to attain a higher and higher goal towards it. But on the other hand, this is not the end all. There are uh, there is in fact different scenarios and timeline that requires furthermore factors influencing the motivation. So in next class we are going to take up other models of motivation. All right, so now go to your LMS and take the quiz, so that we can assess you and see how motivated you are towards this lecture. Okay, have a nice day.